Time seems like it's so simple, but there's actually a lot behind it. I'm talking about a big conundrum, the arrow of time. And the arrow of time messes with my brain. Wait, you have a brain? Every time with this guy, let's run the intro. What's up, astronomers and astrophysicists? Amin Kapoor here today at Simplified Astrophysics. If you're new to this channel, feel free to roam around, check out some of my other videos, and if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. So let's discuss the arrow of time. Time should be a real simple concept. It just keeps going forward. But the problem those darn physicists have is they just can't resist but to ask why, to ask how. When considering the arrow of time, the first thing to examine is reversibility. You know, if something is reversible, I could return it back to its original state. You know, I could go forward a few pages in a book, but I could also go backwards a few pages and the book will still be the same. Now be careful here. Reversibility isn't exactly the time travel you see in Hollywood of ending up in the past or ending up in the future. Reversibility is bringing the past to the present. Now that I've confused you with that, let's take a look at an example. If I eat something, like a burger, and I chew it and break it down, then it's gone forever. I can't use reversibility to get it back. It goes through my digestive system and eventually into the sewage and maybe filtered into someone's drinking water. Once I eat the burger, the original, untouched, unbitten, unchewed, ungrossified burger is now in the past, and I cannot get it in the present. And that's where the arrow of time comes in. Because time moves only forward. Because the past and present are distinct and cannot occur simultaneously. We say time has a direction that travels forward. And we say that I cannot bring that perfect, unchewed burger from the past to the present. Bro, that's easy, that's reasonable too. Of course you can't get the past in the present. Hey, where'd your conundrum go, bud? Glad you asked, bud. There's actually a big disparity that forms the mystery of the arrow of time. It's the distinction between microscopic and macroscopic, between simple and complex. If I take a very simple system in the field of physics, something like a spring oscillator, I'll find it will be reversible in time, which technically goes against the arrow of time. And when looking at the equation for a spring, I could literally plug in previous values of time to reverse the spring to a previous state. So this simple spring oscillator system violates the arrow of time. What about that example of a book and turning its pages? Does it violate the arrow of time? Well, it turns out I sort of misled you earlier. I gave you the book as an example of reversibility, but I didn't mention that it violates the arrow of time. How can I bring the book from its past state yesterday at page 200 into the same state and same page in the present today without going against the arrow of time? But most things we encounter in our universe aren't that simple and tend to follow the arrow of time. The burger, for instance, or an egg. An egg, that's one that's used a lot with the arrow of time. I can't uncrack or unscramble an egg once I've already done those things to it. That most things follow the arrow of time, that's consistent with the second law of thermodynamics, which states that entropy or disorder always increases with time. Breaking an egg, eating a burger, building a tower all increase the entropy and complexity of a system, making it difficult to return to its original state. So these things that are violating the arrow of time are all simple, modest things. A book, a spring. Now what is even more simple that could violate the arrow of time? How about microscopic particles? In fact, scientists seem to have made quite a bit of progress in that level. A recent experiment saw the reversal of time on very small levels in a quantum computer. In the experiment, a team of physicists were able to reverse quantum bits in time. So the arrow of time separates past from present, but is so confusingly violated by the simple, microscopic things in our universe. There are many possibilities here to explain this. Maybe in the simple microscopic things of our universe that we think violate the arrow of time aren't actually violating the arrow of time at all, and have some disorder that's so small it's negligible and doesn't show up in our equations and experiments. Maybe there's just another general relativity-like theory to be discovered that will explain these small, minute disparities, like the last one explained minute errors in Mercury's orbit. Or maybe there just isn't an era of time and some things are made to be reversible. Oh yeah, real nice. That's it. Yep, you solved it. We got a genius right here. Hey, someone, we got a genius. Future Nobel Prize in Physics right here. We got a genius over here. But there's one more confusing thing about the era of time. It involves time having a direction. And this is where us astronomers and cosmologists can come in. If we know that time has been going forward continuously for 13 billion plus years, well, I mean, what causes this? We often point to the Big Bang, that out of this explosion, time was born. But it still doesn't make complete sense. I mean, what was time before the Big Bang? And how and why does our universe just keep getting so disorderly that the era of time even exists? Or doesn't? And now here's the part for our conspiracy theorists. Well, if the era of time keeps going forward, does it ever stop? And if the arrow in time has an arrow in direction, is it pointing to something? Oh yeah, like maybe the destruction of the universe? No matter what time points to, or where it came from, or how it can be reversed, all we know is that it is important to us humans. There may be a day where we fully understand the era of time, but only time will tell. Alright folks, so that's all I have on the mystery of the era of time. If you enjoyed that video, please drop a thumbs up down below, that really helps out a lot. And leave any comments or questions down below, I'll do my best to get back to you. And feel free to roam around the channel, check out other videos, and if you like what you see, well go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Alright, peace out!